the time, 'cause she's my baby, and she made me feel so good.
Spin the bottle, spin the records, spin the yarn. Your lover wants you to dance, but there's nothing like spinning your wheels. Hello to all, and welcome to the Ear-Wicker podcast. Follow along with our host, Vince Corkery, as he discusses a broad range of musical topics, with interviews of top players, club owners, producers, and engineers that make it all happen. Your virtual backstage pass. Remember to like and subscribe to this podcast, and of course, it's free.
She's my baby, and she made me feel so good.
Welcome all to the Ear-Wicker podcast. And today we're excited to have one of the finest young and maturing player. Plays the blues, some jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Matt Lesch.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt, for showing up and taking time, and thank you for your patience.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on this.
Oh, yeah,
I've
man.
been looking forward to this.
Oh, good. Yeah. We're excited. I got to hear you really for the first time a few weeks ago, and man, you really got the nuances of the blues, you know.
Oh, thank you.
You know, so where are you from?
So I'm from St. Louis.
Okay.
You know, born and raised, and been here pretty much my entire life, and Yeah. Recently, I've been real blessed to been able to, travel outside the U.S. and the different states in the U.S. as well. And,
okay.
And so that's been a real treat.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about those things. What attracted you to the guitar or the blues? Did you play guitar first?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I started playing guitar when I was 11 years old, and from there, I started off playing more heavier music, kind of like 80s rock and all that stuff, like Metallica. And, And just because that was what I was around that music quite a bit, because my dad and some of my parents listened to that, and so I just had easy access to it, and I took right with it. But after a few months of playing, I discovered Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and the more bluesy side of thing, and that really attracted me to the blues. So I started to go back, looking at their influences, where they learned this stuff from, and that led me all the way back to T-Bone Walker, Muddy Waters, and then even further back, people like some of the original acoustic blues players like Robert Johnson, Tommy Johnson. Lion Lemon Jefferson and all that stuff.
Okay. All right.
I just really took a loving to it. And
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I went from there.
Yeah, great. And were you playing in bands at a young age? Were you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I had a band I started when I was probably 12 or 13, and we just kind of played covers and nothing super spectacular. We just kind of get together and we love to play together and jam. And it wasn't really until I was probably like around 15 or 16 when I got serious in the blues bands. Being in an actual blues band, because I started to get small gigs on my own, and when I was about 15, and that I really loved that idea, of having my own blues band, and so that was something I started to pursue back then.
Pretty young,
Yeah, I know.
So who were some of your influences in town?
In town, oh man, I could go on and on. Right off the bat, the biggest one has got to be Big George Brock. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But he was my mentor. And I was in his band for 7 years. I met him when I was 16 at BB's, and he immediately just took me in, pretty much right there. And
this is BB's
Jazz Blues and Soups
downtown.
Yep. Yeah, down on Broadway. And he treated me like family, and he really, I considered him, like a grandpa. Really,
wow.
he was just nothing but kind, and he was the one or one of the ones that really taught me, what the blues is really.
He's
really
the real
about.
deal, man.
He is, and he is the real deal. And he came up around that same era of Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf, and so he was one of the last ones of that era of Mississippi bluesmen, and
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate to have spent all the time I did with him, and be with him for 7 years and soak up that.
Yeah.
So
That's a rare. I don't think you can buy.
no.
Buy
It's
that sort of education.
right. Yeah, it's just different. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're there with the guys that have lived it, because he was a sharecropper, and so you can't really get more deep than that.
No.
And that's where it comes from.
Yeah. Now, where was he? He was from Mississippi.
Yeah, he was from Grenada, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was from down there, and he moved up to St. Louis in the early 50s, I believe, to pursue a career. And he opened up a series of blues clubs back then, which had people from Jimmy Reed and Muddy Waters all the way to Ike and Tina Turner. Which is pretty wild
That's
to think
rich.
about.
I mean, that's a rich history. That's really great.
Yeah.
So after George, you started your own groups, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you became Rattlesnake, right? How did that happen, man?
Yeah, well, Rattlesnake came along a couple years before I met Big George. Actually, it was when I was about 14, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
And I remember I was playing somewhere, I don't remember where, but somebody came up to me when I got off stage and said, they go, "Hey, when you're on stage, you're as unpredictable as a rattlesnake."
Oh.
And it kind of stuck, and we, ran with it. So and,
That's good though.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, some people strictly know me by that nickname. They don't know my real name. People like another St. Louis legend who we lost recently is David D.
Oh yeah.
And for a long time, he didn't know my name.
Oh.
He just knew me by Rattlesnake, amongst many other people too. They just, it's just kind of a
that's a good handle though.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's something. When somebody says Rattlesnake, I'm just so used to it. You know.
That was your first CD. That was called
Furious Strike.
Furious Strike.
Yeah, we did that in 2018. I can't believe it's coming up on 6 years already.
Who was on that record?
So on that record, we had my good friend Luke Saylor on keyboards and organ and piano. And he's a buddy of mine. We also have an organ trio we play with. Or we play together in, and we do a lot of soul and funk type stuff. But he's a great player. I love him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on it. And then of course my band that's with me now, been with me since then, and before is Takora Morgan and Riley Morgan Jr. The Morgans.
Yeah.
And I've never had more of a connection with a band than I've had with them. It's just we get on stage. This last Sunday we were at Hammerstones. And it's a perfect example. We hadn't played together in a while, and it's just, everything just flows together, Yeah. It's really rare you find that with other people.
Yeah, you just play, you don't have to.
Yeah, you just play, you don't have to.
kind of connect.
You don't have to say nothing about where to go, or everybody just knows what to do. They just fall in the pocket. But them, Takor and Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
They groove, man.
I love them. They're a hell of a rhythm section.
They really are.
So.
Yeah. You're fortunate,
Yeah, I love them.
Now, I know you traveled Europe some sort of recently.
Back in November.
November,
2023.
Now, who'd you go there with, and where did you tour?
Oh, so we went everywhere. I went with Marquise Knox, who is another local bluesman. What can I say about him that hasn't already been said? He's like a brother to me. And it's hard to believe we've known each other for over 10 years now, and just been playing the blues all this time. And so he took me over there with him, and there were two other artists on the tour with us. One of them was Lady A, out of Seattle, Washington. And she's a phenomenal blues singer, and she played played the shows with us, as well as Dexter Allen from Jackson, Mississippi. and who recently just won a Grammy for a CD he helped produce. It was Bobby Rush's new CD.
Ooh, yeah.
And that won a Grammy. And
wow.
so which is, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. Now, where did
great
you
for
go
him.
in Europe?
We went to Denmark, Belgium, Czech Republic, and France.
Oh, wow.
And we spent probably 90% of the time in France. We were there for 5 weeks.
Oh.
And we only had 2 shows in Belgium, 1 show in the Czech Republic and 1 show in Denmark. So
Nice, yeah.
all the other 25 shows were in France.
Whoa.
So yeah,
Oh, you were traveling around the whole country?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just kind of going everywhere. And
So is blues pretty popular in France, would you say?
Yeah, they loved it. We got a response every night that we weren't used to, over here, because they really appreciate the music over there, and they show it to you. They make you understand that they love it over there.
Oh, that's great. Well, they just don't have it like we have it here, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, and I know
and they appreciate. That's great. That's good to know.
The fact that the music comes from over here too, for the most part, is they're getting the real deal. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes,
especially with Marquise.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you too. I mean, I mean, your style. You can hear all your styles. I mean, when you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you play Albert Collins, I can hear that. You play Hendrix, you play Buddy Guy, you play. I mean, I can go on, but it's like, well, yeah. So you really got it all in there,
Yeah, it's unique, looking back on all that when, I don't want to sound like I've, learned everything I can, but I'm still learning every day. But back when I was learning that stuff, learning how to play like them guys, it was much different than it is now, because it's almost like having a bag of things I can just pull out when I want to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the goal's been, as far as playing like these different people. I don't necessarily want to imitate anybody. I'm trying to find my own style.
Yeah.
But I do believe finding your own style comes with imitation.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Imitating your favorite players, and because that's what's going to get you there.
Yeah, right.
Ultimately.
Yeah. Well, when you do it, there's just you have something a lot of guitar players don't have. I mean, there's a lot of really great guitar players around town, but when you play, you can there's something there, and that's really cool to experience that. So yeah, man, keep going.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
So. You have a new record coming out, right?
Mm-hmm. I do. Yeah.
And there's I think you can download a single right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that called? Your single, Feels Good.
Yeah, Feels So Good.
Feels So Good. Okay.
Yeah. So,
and where can they get that?
So you can get that right now. Right now, it's just available digitally. So you can get it on all the streaming digital platforms, Apple Music. Spotify, all of them. It's on.
Well, that's
all
good.
Of
Yeah.
Yeah.
So easy to get.
Yeah. Really.
So
easy
do they search your name, or do they just
just
Rattlesnake? What do you think?
Yeah, search my name, Matt the Rattlesnake Lesch, and it should pop up. Matt the Rattlesnake Lesch. And
is that the name of your website?
MattRattlesnakelesch.com.
Okay.
And it's also on the website where you can buy it.
Oh, okay.
From me personally.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
So
yeah.
And so it's you can get it various different ways, and we dropped that I guess a couple months ago now, or a month or two ago. And that was actually the very first song we recorded when we started working on this new record. Oh. And it's one of my favorites.
Oh, good. All right. Well, yeah. Who is on the new record with you?
So I got a bunch of people on this one with me. The main one I'd like to point out is Chuck Popcorn Loudon.
Oh.
And he really helped me a lot with this one, and helped co-produce it
Oh,
along with Paul Niehaus, and we
Oh,
recorded
yeah.
it at his studio.
Oh, at Blue Lotus.
Lotus.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's
Yep.
a great place. Yeah.
And yeah, both of them guys have been extremely helpful, through this
great.
process, and really easy to collaborate with,
Yeah,
share
yeah.
ideas.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And Popcorn, if you don't know, he was Michael Burke's drummer for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And with his help, we were able to get the rest of the Michael Burke's rhythm section in to record a couple songs.
Oh, great.
Yeah, John Davies on bass, and then Wayne Sharp on organ were
man.
the other two.
Wow.
And so they came into St. Louis for a couple days and recorded on a couple tracks with us. I'm very fortunate,
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
them guys in. They're, they're super fun and
Yeah.
great to be in the studio
Wow.
with.
Can't wait to hear that. And
Yeah.
so it's coming out.
It's coming out approximately fall sometime.
Oh, okay.
So we're shooting for the fall.
Yeah.
But the name of the record is going to be called Blues Cut Like Glass.
Oh.
And
Great.
I really like that title, and
Is that one of the tunes you're?
that is one of the
Okay.
tunes. Yeah.
All right.
And it's all original stuff
Oh, good. Okay.
on there. We got 12 songs, all original blues stuff.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah, I'm real happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm excited. I want to hear it.
Yeah, and I don't want to discredit anybody else that was playing on it,
Oh,
but we got Gus Thornton on bass on some
Oh,
songs.
great. Yeah.
Paul Niehaus played on a couple.
Oh, great, yeah.
Taylor Strife played piano.
Oh.
My buddy Luke Saylor came back and played
Oh,
some.
good.
And we got a lot of great.
Man, it
Great
sounds.
people.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let us know when it comes out, right?
Oh, I will. We're gonna be pushing it real hard.
And what do you have any upcoming tours, or do you have any weekly residencies you play, or?
Not any weekly residencies, no. But I do have a show coming up this Friday,
Oh, okay.
actually, down in Cape Girardeau,
Oh.
at a place called the Rude Dog Pub. I played a show earlier this year up there in Cape Girardeau, and they really wanted me to get back down there, so
Great, yeah.
we worked out something, and we're going down there. Me, Takor, and Riley,
Oh, great.
and
Trio then.
Yeah, that trio.
Awesome, yeah.
Yep, power trio.
All right. All right.
So yeah,
All right. Well, hey, man, that's you got things are cooking. That's really good. Great to hear that. And you're a young dude.
yeah.
I don't know how old you are, but I guess you're not 30 yet.
No, I'm 26. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
be 27 next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, happy
Oh,
pre-birthday.
thank you.
No, that's great. I'm just glad that you're cutting the blues here. It's
Yeah.
keeping it going strong here in St. Louis. So that's great. And let me ask you this: do you think the path you're taking, you feel good about it? Anything you want to change?
That's a good question. I don't think I change anything, honestly. Because I do want to say, I play a lot of jazz too.
Right.
As you know, we've talked
Yeah,
about this
yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah.
And jazz is another one of my loves, probably right below blues. Blues is always going to be, in
Right,
my heart.
sure. Yeah.
But jazz, I've really taken a loving to it.
Yeah.
And something that I used to think is, had I didn't go to college for music, would I be in a different spot than I am now? Musically and career wise. But I'm not sure. I don't think like that anymore, because with me learning jazz, it really played a big part in how I'm developing the way I play.
Yeah. I was going
Right
to ask
now.
you. Yeah.
And trying to, almost combine the two, where I can basically kind of pick and choose when to get jazzy, when to get bluesy, vice versa. It's been a journey for sure, and been kind of difficult to kind of feel out,
Yeah,
for a while. But I mean, I really love the fact that, I've been playing jazz and spreading my wings.
I mean, I can kind of hear your jazz when you play your blues too. So you're kind of developing that sort of thing that a lot of, it's either like blues or it's jazz, but you have a really nice mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
can really feel you swing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time, or not a long time, but whenever I was first learning jazz, I had a tendency to put it into everything I was playing, because it was something new I was learning, and I was excited. It was fresh.
Yeah.
So I'd insert it in places that probably shouldn't have been inserted. And I've been called out a couple times from some elders. I'm not going to mention any names, but it straightened me up real quick.
Yeah.
It's like, keep it blues.
Yeah.
Especially with them old guys like
Right,
that,
sure. Yeah.
But, I'm to a point now where I feel pretty comfortable with, kind of going in and out of styles
which
like
is,
that.
I think it makes it kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah, and if you listen to people like T-Bone Walker, I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
A lot of times his whole band was a jazz band playing with him. And, Charlie Christian, going back even more. He's one of my, if not my biggest influence as far as guitar, just straight up guitar work, because he had it all.
Yeah.
He had the blues, the phrasing, the jazz, and his playing, even by today's standards, is still, relevant and hip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's what he was doing was just wild back then.
Wow. Well, that's good. You are listening to all the right people, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep it going.
Oh, I will.
And listen, man, I'm so happy that you made it today. I'm sorry, a little confusion a little early on, and you stuck in there, man. I appreciate that.
No worries.
And we will definitely be looking out for you. Matt Lesch, rattlesnake.com.
Yep, MattRattlesnakeLesch.com.
Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
MattRattlesnakeLesch.com. Okay.
Yep.
And your new recording coming out in the fall, so you got some things cooking, and we're excited for you, man.
Oh, well,
keep it going, and keep that band, kicking. So.
Oh, we will.
All right, and we will see you at the next gig.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Remember to like and subscribe to this podcast, and we'll see you backstage.